Hello everyone, welcome to English in Fluency. My name is Alex, and I am so glad you have decided to join me today. I am really happy you are here with me. If this is your first time listening to our podcast, thank you so much for joining and giving us your time. And if you have listened before, welcome back. It is always a pleasure to have you with us. This podcast, English in Fluency, is a special place. It is a place where we learn the English language while talking about useful, interesting, and meaningful topics. We believe that learning a language is not just about grammar rules or vocabulary lists. It is about communication, about understanding new ideas, and about growing as a person. So, if you want to improve your English listening skills, if you want to practice your speaking, and if you also want to learn something valuable about life at the same time, you are in the right place. My name is Alex, and I will be your host and your guide today. Here at English in Fluency, I speak slowly and clearly. I do this on purpose so that you can understand every word, or at least most of the words. This podcast is especially made for English learners, particularly those at the B1 level. What does B1 level mean? It means you already know some English. You can understand basic conversations, you can read simple texts, and now you want to get better. You want to move from just knowing English to using it with confidence. You want to achieve fluency. So, please do not worry if you do not understand every single word I say. That is completely normal. The most important thing is to just relax. Listen carefully. Try to understand the main idea, the main message of our conversation today. And, if you can, if you are in a place where you can speak, try to repeat some sentences after me. This is a great practice called shadowing. It helps your pronunciation and your speaking confidence. This is how you improve step by step, day by day. Today's topic is a very powerful one. It is an idea that can change how you think about your life, your work, and your goals. The topic is called direction over speed. And the second part of our title is why moving fast isn't the same as moving forward. That is a big title, I know. It sounds very serious. But do not worry. We will break it down. We will explain it piece by piece, using simple words and clear examples, so we can understand it together. The main idea behind this topic is simple, but it is very, very important. Many people, maybe even you or me sometimes, think that moving fast means we are doing well in life. We think being busy is the same as being productive. But sometimes we are moving very quickly in the wrong direction. We are running, but we are on the wrong road. And if we are not careful, if we do not stop to check where we are going, we can get very lost. This can happen even when we are working very hard, even when we are very tired. So, why is this topic important right now? Well, think about the world we live in today. Everything moves fast. We have fast internet. We have fast food. We have fast transport. We even get our news very, very fast. People often feel they must hurry. They feel a pressure to hurry. Hurry to learn. Hurry to work. Hurry to get a promotion. Hurry to become successful. But speed, or moving fast, without the right direction, can be a problem. It can even be dangerous. Imagine you are running as fast as you can. Your legs are moving quickly. Your heart is pounding. You are breathing hard. But you do not know where you are going. You are just running. You are using all your energy, but you are not making real progress toward a destination. You are just getting tired. That is what we are going to talk about today. In this episode, we will talk about what that phrase, direction over speed, really means in simple words. I will give you examples from real life, maybe even some small stories, so it is easier to understand. We will also talk about why people like to move fast. Why do we feel this pressure to rush all the time? And what can happen when we focus only on speed, speed, speed? Then, I will share how we can choose our direction first, how we can find our path, and then, after we know our path, how we can move at our own speed. Maybe that speed is slow, maybe it is fast, but it is the right speed for us. Finally, I will give you some easy, practical tips to help you focus more on your goals, on your direction, and less on just rushing through life. So, are you ready? I hope you are. Get comfortable. Maybe find a quiet place. Take a deep breath. Let's relax. And let's begin this journey together. And please remember, this is not just an English lesson. It is also a lesson for life. Let's learn how to move with purpose, not just with speed. So, let's start with the most important question. What does direction over speed really mean? Let's talk about this phrase, direction over speed. You may have heard this phrase before, or maybe it is completely new to you. Both are okay. Maybe you are not exactly sure what it means. That is fine. We will take it slow, and we will explain everything step by step. Let's break the phrase into two parts. First, we have the word direction. What is direction? Direction means the path you choose. It is the way you are going. It is about where you want to go. A direction can be a physical place, like a city or a country. But in life, direction usually means a goal, or a dream, or something you want to do. It is your purpose. It is your why. For example, your direction might be to become a nurse, or to learn to play the guitar, or to be a good parent. It is the destination you have in your mind. Now, let's look at the second word. Speed. What is speed? This word is probably easier. Speed means how fast you are moving. It tells us how quickly we are doing something. Are we walking or are we running? Are we working slowly and carefully? Or are we rushing to finish? Speed is about the energy and time we use to do something. So, when we put these two words together and say direction over speed, we are making a comparison. The word over here means is more important than. So, the phrase means choosing the right direction is more important than moving with great speed. In very simple words, it means this. It is better to go slowly in the right direction than to go very fast in the wrong direction. Why? Because if you move very quickly, but you are on the wrong path, you may end up very far from where you really want to be. You are working hard. You are busy. You are tired. But you are not getting closer to your real, true goal. That is the big idea behind this phrase. Let me give you a clear example from real life. Let's imagine two people. We will call them Mark and David. Mark and David both want to go to a new city, a city they have never visited before. The city is 300 kilometers away. Mark wakes up in the morning and he is in a hurry. He thinks, I must get there fast. He quickly jumps into his car and starts driving very fast. He is driving at 120 kilometers per hour, but he did not check the map. He did not ask for directions. He is just following signs that look right. He is focused only on speed. After 2 hours of driving very fast, he stops for gas. He looks around and feels confused. He asks someone, "Where am I?" He learns that he took a wrong turn an hour ago. He was going north, but he should have been going west. He has to stop, turn around, and drive all the way back. He wasted 2 hours and a lot of gas. He feels stressed and angry. Now, let's think about David. David also wants to go to the same city, but before starting his car, he takes just 5 minutes. He opens the map on his phone. He looks at the route. He sees there is some construction on the main highway. The map suggests a slightly different way. It might be a few kilometers longer, but there is no traffic. He understands which road to take. Then he starts his car. He drives calmly. Maybe he is not as fast as Mark. He drives at the speed limit, maybe 90 kilometers per hour. He listens to music. He enjoys the journey. Because he followed the correct direction, he arrives at the city in 3.5 hours, with no stress. Mark, who was driving fast, arrives 2 hours after David. Mark was fast, but David was smart. David chose direction over speed. This is a perfect, simple example of what we mean. This same situation happens in other parts of our lives all the time. Think about school or work. Sometimes people feel they must study very fast. They must get a job quickly. They must become successful very, very fast. But if they do not know what they really want, if they don't know their own personal direction, they may end up tired, unhappy, and lost. For example, let's imagine a young woman named Maria. Maria's parents always told her she should be a lawyer because lawyers make a lot of money. So, Maria studies law. She studies very hard. She is fast. She graduates from a top school. She gets a job at a big law firm. She works 60 hours every week. She is moving very fast. She is successful. But every morning she wakes up and feels sad. She does not enjoy her work. She does not feel passionate about it. She is rich, but she is unhappy. Maria was like Mark in the car. She was moving very fast, but in a direction that was wrong for her. She was following someone else's map. Now, let's compare two different situations. On one side, we have moving fast. When you move fast, you may feel like you are doing a lot. You are always busy. You are always working. You are always doing something. But, as we learned, speed does not always mean progress. You might be completing many small tasks, but these tasks are not getting you closer to your big, important goals. It is exactly like running on a treadmill. A treadmill is a machine in a gym. You get on it, and you can run very fast. You can run for an hour. You will sweat. You will feel tired. Your heart will race. But after that hour, where are you? You are in the exact same place. You have not moved forward 1 inch. This is what focusing only on speed is like. On the other hand, let's look at moving in the right direction. When you move in the right direction, you are moving towards something that truly matters to you. Maybe you are not moving fast. That is okay. Maybe you are moving slowly. Maybe you take breaks. But every single step, no matter how small, takes you 1 step closer to your dream or your goal. And that is real progress. Even very slow steps are powerful when they are in the right direction. Think about a turtle. A turtle is very slow. But if the turtle keeps walking in one direction, it will eventually reach its destination. A rabbit might be very fast, run around in circles, and get nowhere. It is better to be the slow, focused turtle than the fast, confused rabbit. This idea is also extremely important when you are learning something new, like learning English. This is very relevant for you listening right now. Some learners want to become fluent very, very quickly. They think they can learn English in 3 months. They try to memorize 50 new words every single day. They speak very fast, even if they are making many mistakes. They finish their lessons quickly, just to say they are done. But they do not build a strong foundation. They do not understand the why behind the grammar. Later, they forget the words they memorized. They keep making the same basic mistakes. They moved fast, but not in the right way. They did not have a good direction. Now, think about other learners. Maybe this learner is you. They take their time. They listen carefully to a podcast like this one. They practice speaking a little bit every day. They review their old lessons. They are not in a hurry. They go slowly, but they are consistent. They are moving forward, step by step, in the right direction. They are building a strong foundation. In the end, maybe after 1 or 2 years, they speak much better English. They feel more confident. They can have real conversations. They enjoyed the process. So, now, let's try to remember this key idea. Speed is not bad. Being fast is not a bad thing. But direction is more important. Fast action without thinking, without a plan, can lead to mistakes, stress, or regret. But when you take time to choose your direction, when you know where you are going and why you are going there, you can move with more confidence. And even if you move slowly, you are still making real, meaningful progress. I hope this makes the idea of direction over speed very clear. This phrase is not just something to remember. It is something to use in your everyday life. Whether you are learning English, working on your goals, or planning your future, always ask yourself this question: am I going in the right direction? Because that question is much more important than the question, how fast am I going? Now that we understand what direction over speed means, let's ask another important question. Why? Why do people focus so much on speed? If direction is more important, why is everyone around us obsessed with being fast? Why do we always feel like we must go faster, do more, and never stop to rest? There are several reasons, and it is helpful to understand them. The first and most obvious reason is the world we live in today. Our modern society moves very, very fast. Every day, we are surrounded by fast news, fast travel, fast food, and fast technology. Everything is about being quick and instant. If you want to buy something, you can order it on the internet, and it arrives at your door the next day, or even the same day. If you want to learn something, you can watch a short, 1-minute video that promises to teach you. If you want to talk to someone, even if they are on the other side of the world, you can send them an instant message. Because of this, many people, all of us, start to believe that being fast is the best way to live. We start to think that fast equals good and slow equals bad. We think, if I am not fast, I will be left behind. Everyone will pass me. This constant speed of the world creates a pressure inside us. We feel like we are in a race, even if we do not know what we are racing for. This feeling is very common. Think about your own life. Do you ever feel this pressure? Do you feel like you need to answer emails immediately? Or that you are wasting time if you are just sitting and relaxing? This comes from the fast-paced world we live in. A second big reason people focus on speed is social media. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and others play a huge role. When we go on social media, what do we see? We often see people sharing their success stories. We see our friends, or even strangers, sharing only the best parts of their lives. Someone got a new job with a fancy title. Someone started a new business and it looks successful. Someone traveled to 5 different countries in 1 year. They post beautiful photos. It looks like everyone is happy, successful, and moving very fast. And when we see all this, what do? We start to compare our lives to their lives. We look at our normal, everyday life, with its problems and its boring moments, and we compare it to someone else's perfect online story. We think, wow, they are doing so much. My life is so slow. I need to catch up. I need to do more. This feeling creates a lot of social pressure. It tells us, you must hurry. You must do more. You must succeed now. But the truth is, what we see online is not the full story. It is not reality. People usually share their best moments, their highlights. They do not share their failures, their struggles, their bad days, or their confusion. They do not post pictures of themselves feeling lost or tired, but we forget this. We still feel the pressure to be fast and busy, just like them. This comparison is a trap. It makes us focus on speed, not on our own unique direction. A third reason people focus on speed is competition. From a very young age, many of us are taught to be the best, to be number one. In school, students want to get the highest marks. Teachers sometimes praise the student who finishes the test first. In sports, everyone wants to win the race, to be the fastest. At work, managers might praise the employee who finishes a task the quickest. In many cultures, people feel they must always do more than others to be seen as successful or valuable. This creates a race. It is not just a race with other people. It becomes a race with time itself. People start to think things like, I must be successful before I am 30 years old. Or, I need to earn a lot of money as quickly as possible. But when we are always racing, we forget to ask the most important questions. Why am I running? Where am I even going? Is this even the right race for me? There is also a fourth reason, which is related to social media and competition. It is something called FOMO. FOMO is an acronym. It stands for fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. This is a very strong feeling. It happens when we think we are missing something important, some big opportunity, if we do not act fast. For example, if you hear about a new trend, a new app, a new job opportunity, or a new online course, you may feel you must jump in right away. You are afraid that if you wait, if you think about it, the opportunity will be gone forever. You do not want to miss the chance. But sometimes, when we rush into things without thinking, just because of FOMO, we choose the wrong path. We do something just because other people are doing it, not because it is really right for us. We let the fear of missing out push us into a fast decision, but it might be in the wrong direction. Let me give you a simple example of all this pressure in action. Imagine someone working in an office. Let's call her Chloe. Every day, Chloe tries to finish her work as fast as possible. She answers emails in seconds. She jumps from one task to another, without a break. She eats her lunch at her desk while working. She never takes a break to walk or think. From the outside, it looks like Chloe is a fantastic employee. Her boss says, "Chloe, you are so fast. You are so productive." But inside, Chloe is very tired. She is stressed. And honestly, she is confused. Because she is moving so fast, she makes small mistakes. She sends an email to the wrong person. She forgets an important detail in a report. She does not stop to think, to plan, or to double-check her work. In the end, she often needs to do the same task again because of those mistakes. She moved fast, but it was not good work. She is stuck on a treadmill. This also happens in learning, as we said. Many people want to learn English quickly. They buy a book that says, "Learn English in 30 days." They try to memorize hundreds of words in 1 week. They watch English videos at double speed, 2 times speed. They read articles very fast, but they do not understand them deeply. They are just trying to finish. Later, they forget almost everything they learned. They feel frustrated. They ask, "Why am I not improving? I am working so hard." The reason is not that they are not working hard. They are. The reason is that they are moving too fast with the wrong method. They are focusing on speed, not on real deep understanding. They are focusing on speed, not on the right direction for learning. So, the truth is, our world pushes us to move fast. There is pressure from the outside, from society, from social media, and from competition. And there is pressure from the inside, from our own fears, like FOMO, and from our own ambitious goals and dreams. All of this makes us think that speed is the answer to everything. But speed alone is not enough. We also need to think. We need to reflect. And we need to choose our direction carefully. That is how we truly move forward, not just fast. So, now let's look at this important question. What happens when we only focus on speed? What are the real results, the consequences, of always trying to go fast without thinking about the direction? At first, in the beginning, moving fast can feel good. It can feel exciting. You feel busy. You feel like you are doing something important. You are checking tasks off your to-do list. 1, 2, 3 tasks done. You feel active and productive. But after some time, sometimes a short time, sometimes a long time, problems can start to appear. The first problem, as we saw with Chloe, is that when we only care about speed, we begin to make more mistakes. We move too quickly to notice the small details. We do not stop to check our work. We do not take the time to understand the instructions fully. Think about writing an important email. If you write it very fast and press send without reading it again, you might make a spelling mistake. Or you might forget to attach the file. Or you might say something in a rude way without meaning to. Then, you have to send another email to apologize and fix the mistake. This wastes more time than you saved by rushing. Rushing often makes things slower in the end. This is a paradox. Moving fast can make you slow. The second thing that happens is stress. Working too fast for too long or living too fast causes a lot of stress. When we are always in a rush, our mind is not calm. Our brain is not quiet. We are thinking about the next thing before we have even finished the current thing. We are writing an email, but we are thinking about our lunch meeting. We are in the lunch meeting, but we are thinking about the report we have to write later. We are never fully present. We may feel this pressure all the time, a constant pressure to be faster, to do more, and to never, ever stop. This stress is not just in our minds. It affects our bodies. It can affect our sleep. We cannot fall asleep at night because our brain is still running. It can affect our health. It can cause headaches, muscle pain, or stomach problems. It also affects our mood. We may become angry or upset more easily. We might shout at our family or friends for a small reason. We may even stop enjoying the work or the hobbies that we once loved. If we keep going like this, if we keep pushing and rushing without taking a real break, we may experience something called burnout. Burnout is a very serious word and a very serious condition. Burnout is when your body and your mind feel completely and totally tired. It is not just the normal tiredness you feel after one hard day of work. It is a deep, long-lasting exhaustion. It comes from many days, weeks, or even months of non-stop work, non-stop rushing, and non-stop stress. When someone feels burned out, they often lose all their motivation. They feel tired even after sleeping for 8 or 9 hours. They wake up and they dread the day. They do not want to work. They do not feel excited or happy about anything. It becomes very hard to focus or concentrate. Even small, simple tasks feel heavy and difficult, like climbing a mountain. Burnout is a serious problem, and it very often happens when people try to move too fast for too long, without a clear direction or a sense of purpose. And here is something that may surprise you. This is a key idea. You can be very, very busy and still feel completely lost. Yes, that is right. You can be busy from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep. Your calendar can be full of meetings and appointments. You can be doing many things, talking to many people, working hard, running around. And at the end of the day, you can lie in bed and feel like you are not going anywhere. You feel empty. This is because, as our topic says, being busy is not the same as moving forward. You may be doing a lot, but if you do not have a clear direction, if you do not know why you are doing all these things, all that hard work does not take you closer to your real, important goals. It is like using a lot of energy, but never reaching a destination. Let me give you that simple and clear example again, because it is so important. Running on a treadmill. I want you to really picture this. A treadmill is that machine in the gym. You stand on it, you press a button, and a black belt starts to move under your feet. You start to walk, then you jog, then you run. You can run very fast. You can run for 30 minutes or an hour. You can look at the little screen, and it says you ran 10 kilometers. You are sweating. Your heart is pounding. You are breathing hard. You feel like you did a lot of work. But then, you press the stop button. The belt stops moving. You look around. Where are you? You are in the exact same place you started. You did not move forward at all. You did not travel 10 kilometers. You are still in the gym. Now, think about your life. Sometimes we do the exact same thing in our lives. We run from task to task. We answer email after email. We go meeting after meeting. We do so many things. We move fast. But we are not going forward. We are not growing. We are not learning anything new or important. We are not moving toward a big goal or a dream. We are just busy. We are just running on the treadmill of life. This can feel very, very frustrating. You may ask yourself, why am I working so hard, but I don't feel happy? Why am I tired all the time, but I am not reaching my goals? These are very important questions, and they are often signs. They are signs that your speed is high, but your direction is missing. These feelings are a signal. They mean it is time to stop the treadmill. It is time to pause, take a breath, and check our direction. When we focus only on speed, we do not give ourselves time to reflect. Reflection means thinking quietly and deeply. We do not ask those important questions like, is this the right path for me? Is this what I really want? Do I enjoy what I am doing? Is this activity helping me reach my main goal? Without asking these questions, we lose our direction. We are like a ship in the ocean without a captain or a map. We are just floating, or maybe we are moving fast, but we do not know where we are going. And without direction, even the fastest movement is just movement. It is just motion. It is not progressing. So, what can we learn from this? Going fast without a plan, without a clear direction can lead to mistakes. It can lead to stress. It can lead to burnout. And it can lead to feeling completely lost and empty, even when you are very busy. We may look busy to other people, but we do not feel happy or successful on the inside. We may move fast, but we do not go far. That is why it is so critically important to slow down sometimes. We do not have to stop completely, but we need to pause, take a breath, and check our direction. In the next part of this podcast, we are going to talk all about that direction. We will learn why having a clear path, a clear why, is much more powerful than just moving quickly. Because in the end, it is not about how fast we move. It is about where we are going. Now that we have talked a lot about the problems, the mistakes, the stress, and the burnout that come from focusing only on speed, let's turn our attention to the solution. Let's talk about something much more powerful and much more useful. Let's talk about direction. So, what is direction, really? We defined it briefly, but let's go deeper. Direction means knowing where you want to go. It is the path you have chosen. It is the goal you are working towards. In life, direction is like a roadmap. It is a guide that takes you from where you are now to where you want to be. It helps you make decisions. It helps you stay focused. It helps you avoid wasting your precious time and your precious energy. If speed is about how fast you move, then direction is about where you move. And you must know where before you decide how fast. Without direction, you can be very active. You can be the busiest person in the world. But you may not be going anywhere that truly matters to you. You are just spinning your wheels, like a car stuck in mud. Having a clear direction gives you something very important. It gives you purpose. Purpose is the feeling that you know why you are doing something. It is the reason you wake up in the morning. When you have purpose, your actions become more meaningful. You are not just doing tasks. You are building something. You are moving toward a dream. A clear direction also helps you set the right goals. When your main direction is clear, your smaller, daily goals become clear too. For example, if you are learning English, your direction might be, I want to speak English fluently so I can work at an international company. Or, I want to pass the IELTS test so I can study at a university in Canada. This is a very clear direction. Now, because your direction is clear, it helps you choose what to study. It helps you decide how to study and when to study. You know that you need to practice business English, or you need to focus on academic writing for your test. You will not waste time learning random vocabulary about animals if your goal is to work in an office. Your direction guides your smaller choices. Without that big goal, without that clear direction, you might just learn randomly. One day you watch a movie. The next day you learn a song. The next day you use a grammar app. It is all English, but it is not focused. And that can feel very confusing and frustrating. You will not see much progress. So, this leads to the next big question. How do you find your direction? This is a big question for many people. Many people feel lost. The first step is to ask yourself some important questions. You need to give yourself some quiet time. You cannot find your direction when you are rushing. You need to stop, be quiet, and think. Ask yourself, what do I really want? This might seem simple, but it is very deep. Take a moment. Think carefully. What are your wishes? What are your dreams? What are your needs? Do not think about what your parents want for you, or what your friends are doing, or what society expects. What do you want? Do you want to learn a new skill? Do you want to change your job? Do you want to improve your health? Do you want to spend more time with your family? Be honest with yourself. The second question to ask is, why do I want this? This is your purpose, your motivation. If you say, I want to learn English, ask yourself, why? Is it because you want to speak confidently with people from other countries? Is it because you want to get a better job? Is it because you love English movies and music and you want to understand them? When your why is strong and clear, it gives your journey meaning. It is like the fuel for your car. Your why will help you keep going, even when things get hard, when you feel tired, or when you get bored. Without knowing your why, it is very easy to lose interest and give up. The third question is, where do I want to be in the future? This can be in 1 year or in 5 years. This question helps you think about your destination. It is like choosing a city before you start a trip. If you just say, I want to travel, but you do not know where, you might just walk around your own town for a long time without reaching any new place. But if you say, I want to go to London, then you can start to plan. You can look at maps. You can buy a ticket. Having a clear destination makes your path much easier to follow. Your answers to these questions, what, why, and where, do not have to be perfect. And very importantly, your answers can change over time. That is normal, and it is okay. Life is a journey, and our direction can change as we grow, learn, and have new experiences. But just thinking about these questions gives you a starting point. It gives you a map to begin. After you have some answers, the next step is to make a simple plan. A direction without a plan is just a wish. It is a dream with no action. So, you need to break your big goal into small, manageable steps. If your direction is to get a better job, what are the small steps? Step 1. Update your resume. Step 2. Learn a new skill, maybe Excel or a programming language. Step 3. Improve your English speaking. Step 4. Search for jobs online for 30 minutes every day. Write each small step down. And then, just start with one. Just do the first small step. When you follow a plan, even very slow progress is still real progress. You are moving in the right direction. Now, let's talk about the benefits. What good things happen when you have a clear direction? The first benefit is peace. You feel peace in your mind. When you know where you are going, you feel more relaxed. You do not feel the need to rush or panic all the time. You trust your path. This helps you stay calm even when other people around you are going very fast and seem very stressed. The second benefit is clarity. Clarity means your mind is not confused. It is clear. Direction removes confusion. You know what to say yes to and what to say no to. Let's go back to our example, Sam, who wants to be a graphic designer. His friend asks him to help start a new business selling plants. It sounds fun, and maybe he could make money. He feels that FOMO, the fear of missing out. But Sam looks at his map. His direction is become a graphic designer. He sees that the plant business will take all his free time. It does not help him with his goal. So he can clearly and confidently say, "Thank you so much for the offer, but I need to say no. I need to use my free time to build my design portfolio." This no is not a negative thing. It is a positive yes to his own true direction. The third benefit is real progress. This is the most important one. When you have direction, you make real progress. Maybe you are not moving quickly, but every day, every week, every step takes you a little bit closer to your goal. That kind of progress feels good. It feels amazing. It builds your confidence. It makes you feel proud of yourself. It motivates you to keep going. And a wonderful thing happens. You stop comparing yourself to others. You really do. You stop looking at social media and feeling jealous. Why? Because you know your path is different from their path. And that is perfectly okay. You are running your own race in your own direction. Here is that simple example again, the map. Imagine you want to drive to a city you have never been to before. Before you start the car, you look at a map. You find the best route. Maybe it is not the shortest route, but it is safe and it looks clear. Now you start your trip. You are driving. Suddenly, you get into heavy traffic. There is an accident. You have to stop for 30 minutes. Do you panic? Do you feel lost? Number. You might feel a little annoyed, but you are not lost. You are still on the right road. You know where you are going. You trust your plan. You just have to be patient. That is exactly what direction does for your life. It is a map. Without a map, you would take wrong turns. You would waste time. You would feel stressed and lost. But with a map, even a slow journey can be a good journey. The same idea is for learning. If you say, I want to improve my English so I can speak with confidence to my colleagues, that is your direction. Now, your steps are easy to choose. You decide to listen to one business English podcast every day. You decide to practice speaking about your job for 5 minutes each morning. These actions are small, but they are moving you directly toward your goal. And that is what real progress looks like. So please, remember this. Speed is not bad. But direction is what gives your speed meaning. With direction, you do not waste energy. You do not feel lost. You move with purpose. And that is what truly helps you grow and succeed. Not just in English, but in every single part of your life. Now that we understand how important direction is, and how focusing only on speed can be a problem, let's talk about how these two things work together. How does speed fit into the picture? You might be wondering, Alex, are you saying I should always go slow? Should I never try to be fast? That is a great question. And the answer is no. I am not saying you should always be slow. The answer is, it depends. But the most important, a key principle to remember is this: direction first, then speed. You must establish your direction before you add speed. It is okay, and it is actually very smart, to move slowly at first. It is especially important to move slowly if you are still finding your direction or if you are just beginning a new journey. Sometimes, when we rush before we are ready, when we try to go fast at the very beginning, we make big mistakes. We get confused. We get overwhelmed. And we want to quit. Moving slowly at the beginning means you are taking your time. You are taking time to think, to learn, and to plan. You are building a strong base. This careful, slow start helps you avoid many problems later on. When your direction is clear, moving slowly is not a bad thing. It is not a sign of failure. It is smart. It means you are being deliberate. You are building a strong foundation for your future. Let me give you a new analogy. Imagine you are building a house, a big, beautiful house for your family. What is the most important part of the house? Is it the beautiful paint on the walls? Is it the big windows? Is it an expensive roof? Number. The most important part of the house is the foundation. The foundation is the strong base, deep in the ground, that holds the entire house up. You cannot even see the foundation when the house is finished. Building a foundation is slow work. It is not exciting. It is difficult. It involves digging in the dirt, mixing concrete, and making sure everything is perfectly level and strong. If you rush this part, if you say, "Oh, this is boring. Let's just build the walls fast," what will happen? You might build the walls quickly. You might put the roof on. The house might look finished from the outside. But because the foundation is weak, the first time there is a big storm or strong wind, the walls will crack. The house might even fall down. All your fast work was wasted. But what if you take your time on the foundation? What if you spend weeks or months making it perfect, strong, and deep? This is the slow part. This is finding your direction. Then, once that strong foundation is finished, you can start building the walls. Now, you can build faster. You can work with confidence. Why? Because you know the base is strong. You know the house will be safe. That is the best way to build a strong and beautiful house that lasts for 100 years. The same idea works in your life. Your direction is your foundation. Your why, your goals, your plan. That is your foundation. Once your direction is clear, once you know your goal, and you have a solid plan, your foundation is set. Then you can move faster. Then you can add speed with confidence. When you move fast in the right direction, your actions become incredibly powerful. You will not waste time or energy on things that do not help you. You will make better decisions, and you will make them more quickly, because you know what matters most. You can use your clarity to say no fast and yes fast. When you move fast in the right direction, each step builds on the last one. You feel more and more motivated because you can see real progress. You do not get tired as easily because your work has meaning. It has a purpose. Moving fast is exciting and fun when you know where you are going. It is not stressful anymore. It is joyful. Let's think about learning English one more time with this idea. When you first start learning, it is very important to go slowly. Focus on the foundation. Learn the basic sounds of English. Learn the basic grammar, like simple tenses. Learn the most common words. You do not need to speak quickly right away. It is better to speak slowly and clearly. This is you, building your foundation. But as you practice, as you listen more and understand more, your direction becomes clearer. Maybe your goal is to have a 30-minute conversation with a native speaker. That is your goal. Your foundation is getting stronger. Now you can speed up. You can start practicing speaking more often. You can listen to more difficult podcasts. You can read books. You can try to speak a little faster, because your foundation, your grammar and vocabulary, is strong enough to support you. Because you have a clear direction, your faster work now helps you improve quickly and in the right way. You are not building a weak house. You are building a strong one. So, please, do not worry if you feel like you are moving slowly right now. Sometimes people worry that moving slowly means they are not smart or they are not successful. But the truth is, moving slowly with the right direction is a sign of wisdom. It is much, much better than moving fast without a plan. Moving slowly with direction helps you avoid mistakes. It reduces your stress, and it builds your confidence. Later, when you are ready, you can increase your speed. You can press the gas pedal, and you will reach your goals faster and more safely. Remember, speed is like the engine in your car. It has the power to make you move quickly. But the direction is the steering wheel. It is the wheel in your hands that tells the car where to go. You can have the most powerful engine in the world, but if you have no steering wheel, you will just crash. But if you have a good steering wheel, direction, even a small engine, slow speed, can get you where you want to go. And if you have both a good steering wheel and a powerful engine, well, then you are unstoppable. So always, always think about your direction first. Take time to plan. Take time to understand your goal. Then, when you are ready, use your speed to move forward with energy and joy. This all sounds good, but you might be thinking, how? How do I choose the right direction? Choosing the right direction in life is one of the most important steps you can take. It means deciding where you want to go and what you want to do. But, as we have said, sometimes this is very difficult. Many people feel confused. They feel unsure. They do not know what their passion is or what their goal should be. The good news is, there are simple ways to help you find your path. It is not a magical secret. It is a process. And it starts with asking yourself those easy but powerful questions we talked about. Let's look at them again, but in more detail. The first question to ask is, what do I want? This might seem like a simple question, but it is often the hardest. I want you to really think about this. Maybe after this podcast, take a piece of paper and a pen, go to a quiet place, and write at the top, what do I really want? And just write. Do not judge your answers. Just write whatever comes to your mind. What are your wishes? What are your dreams? What are your needs? Do you want to learn English so you can travel the world? Do you want to start a new hobby, like painting or gardening? Do you want to change your job, even if it means making less money for a while? Do you want to improve your health, maybe by exercising more or eating better food? Your answer to this question shows what matters most to you right now, not what matters to your boss, or your parents, or your friends. What matters to you? And remember, your answer can change. What you wanted 5 years ago is probably different from what you want today. And that is okay. Life is a journey. Your direction can and should change as you grow. The second question, after you know what you want, is, why am I doing this? Or, why do I want this? Understanding your reasons, your deep motivations, is so important. This why is what will keep you going when you feel like quitting. For example, if you wrote down, I want to learn English, you must ask yourself, why? Is it because I want to speak confidently with my international team at work? Or is it because I want to understand my favorite movies without subtitles? Or maybe it is because I want to be able to help my children with their English homework. All of these are great whys. When your why is strong and clear, it gives your journey meaning. As we said, it is the fuel. If your why is weak, like, I guess I should learn English because everyone else is, you will probably stop when it gets difficult. So, find your strong, personal why. The third question is, where do I want to go? This means thinking about your goal, your destination, in a more concrete way. It is like choosing the specific city before you start your trip. Imagine you want to travel, but you just do not know where. You might pack your bags, go to the airport, and just stand there, confused. You cannot buy a ticket if you do not have a destination. But if you pick a city, I want to go to Paris, then everything becomes clear. You can buy a ticket to Paris. You can pack clothes for the weather in Paris. You can book a hotel in Paris. In life, this question helps you set your goals clearly. It might be a short-term goal, like, I want to finish this B1 English course. Or it might be a long-term goal, like, I want to build my own successful business. Having a clear destination makes your path, your plan, much easier to follow. After you ask these 3 questions, what do I want? Why do I want it? And where do I want to go? The next step is to make a simple plan. We talked about this. Planning is so important because it turns your ideas and your dreams into real actions. Start by writing down your big goal, your destination. Then, think about the small steps you need to take to reach it. Break it down. If your direction is improve my English speaking confidence, your plan might include these small steps. Step 1. Listen to one English in Fluency podcast every day. Step 2. Practice shadowing, repeating after Alex, for 10 minutes every day. Step 3. Find a language partner online and agree to talk for 30 minutes 2 times per week. Step 4. Learn 5 new phrases related to opinions, like, I think that, or, in my opinion. Look at that! Suddenly, your big, scary goal of being confident is now a list of small, easy, manageable tasks. Your plan does not need to be perfect. You can change it later. But it just needs to help you start moving. It helps you move forward, in the right direction, today. Reflection is also a key part of this process. Reflection means taking time to think about your progress and your feelings. It is like checking your map during your car trip. Maybe every Sunday, you take 15 minutes. You sit quietly and ask yourself, how did my plan go this week? Did I listen to my podcasts? Did I talk to my language partner? How do I feel? Am I still moving toward my goal? Do I feel happy with my direction? Do I need to make any changes to my plan? Maybe you realize that 10 new words a day is too much. It is too fast. So you change your plan to 5 new words. That is smart. That is reflection. Reflection helps you stay aware and flexible. Sometimes you might even find a better path or a new, more exciting goal. Being open to change is a good thing. It means you are growing and learning. To help you stay on the right path, here are a few extra tips. First, as I said, write down your goals and your plan. Put the paper somewhere you can see it every day. Maybe on your desk or on your bathroom mirror. Seeing it visually makes it real. It makes it clearer and stronger in your mind. Second, talk to people who support you. This could be your friends, your teachers, or your family. Tell them about your direction. They can give you advice. They can give you encouragement when you feel down. They can help you stay focused. Third, learn to avoid distractions. This is very hard in our fast world. Sometimes, things that seem interesting or urgent can pull you away from your true direction. A new TV show, a new video game, or an invitation to an event. Learn to use your no. Learn to say no to things that do not fit your goals. And finally, be patient. Please, be patient with yourself. Choosing the right direction is not always easy, and making progress can take time. Remember the turtle. Remember the bamboo tree. But if you keep your eyes on your goal, and you take one small step every day, you will get there. I promise. Remember, choosing the right direction is like choosing the road before you start driving. It helps you avoid wrong turns, and it helps you reach your destination happily and confidently. When you ask yourself simple questions, make a plan, reflect often, and follow these tips, you give yourself the best chance to succeed. Not by moving fast, but by moving forward in the right way. Now that we know why direction is more important than speed, and we have talked about how to find our direction, let's finish with some very practical, simple tips. How can I focus more on direction instead of speed in my busy everyday life? How can I make sure that I am moving in the right way and not just moving fast? Here are some simple but powerful tips that you can start using today. These tips are easy to remember and easy to practice, and they can make a very big difference in your journey. This is true whether you are learning English, working at your job, or trying to reach any personal goal. The first and most important tip is to do what we just discussed. Ask yourself regularly, where am I going? This question is your compass. It is your guide. It helps you stay connected to your direction. It reminds you to stop and think before you automatically act. When you ask yourself this, you are checking your path. You can ask this in the morning, before you start your day. What is my main goal today? Where am I going today? You can also ask this when you feel stressed or busy. You can pause and ask, is this activity, right now, helping me reach my real goal? Or am I just doing this because it feels urgent? Am I doing this because someone else asked me to, or because it truly matters to me? It is okay if your answer changes over time. Your direction can change as you learn more about yourself and the world. The important thing is to be honest with yourself and to be thoughtful. Taking just 2 minutes every day, or maybe 15 minutes every week, to ask this question can save you from wasting hours, days, or even years on the wrong path. The second tip is to set small goals. We also call this breaking it down. Big goals can feel overwhelming. They can feel so big and far away that we do not even know where to start. For example, saying, I want to speak English fluently, is a wonderful big goal. It is a great direction, but it can feel huge. It can feel impossible. When you break it into smaller goals, it becomes much easier and much clearer. You can change that big goal into small goals like, today, I will learn 10 new vocabulary words related to my job. Or, this week, I will practice speaking for 5 minutes every day, even if I am just talking to myself. Or, this month, I will watch 1 full movie in English with English subtitles. Do you see? These small goals are like small steps on your path. Each step is achievable. It is not scary. And each step takes you closer to your final destination. And here is the best part. When you reach a small goal, when you finish your 5 minutes of speaking, you feel good. You feel proud. You can say, I did it. This feeling of success motivates you to keep going, to take the next small step. Small goals help you keep your direction clear and your speed steady. The third practical tip is to check your progress often. It is very important to look back and see how far you have come. This is part of reflection. When you check your progress, you can see if you are really moving in the right direction, or if you need to make some changes to your plan. For example, if you are learning English and your goal is to improve your speaking, you might record yourself talking on your phone. You do this once a week, maybe every Saturday. Then, you listen to the recording. You notice what you did well. Maybe your pronunciation of the tek ikaki haki sound is better. Great. You also notice what you can improve. Maybe you keep making the same grammar mistake. Okay. Now you know what to focus on next week. Checking your progress helps you stay focused and confident. It also helps you avoid getting lost or feeling discouraged. When you can see or hear even small improvements, you feel more excited to continue. You know your direction is working. The fourth, and maybe the most difficult tip for many people is this: do not compare your journey to other people's journeys. This is so important. Everyone's path in life is different. Everyone's map is different. Some people learn English very quickly. Maybe they have more time to study, or maybe they just find it easier. Other people take more time, and that is okay. Some people get a big promotion at work when they are 25. Others find their dream job when they are 45. Comparing yourself to others is the fastest way to feel frustrated, jealous, and unhappy. It can make you rush. It can make you try to copy someone else's path, and that path might be completely wrong for you. You will lose your own direction. Instead, focus on your own path. Focus on your own map. Think about your goals, your values, and your pace. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Are you a little bit better today than you were yesterday? Are you one step closer to your goal? That is the only comparison that matters. Celebrate your own progress, no matter how slow it seems. Remember our analogy of the trees. You might be a bamboo tree. You are building strong roots underground for a long time. You cannot see the progress. Your neighbor might be a flower, growing fast and looking beautiful. Do not worry. Your time to grow high will come, and you will be stronger. Remember, moving slowly in your right direction is much better than moving fast in someone else's wrong direction. Let me give you one final example to bring all these tips together. Imagine you want to travel to a new country. Let's say Japan. First, you ask yourself, where am I going? You choose the country and the city. I want to go to Tokyo. That is your direction. Tip 1. Then you set small goals. You cannot just go tomorrow. So you say, this month I will save $200. Next month, I will research the best time to go. The month after, I will start learning basic Japanese phrases. Tip 2. Every week, you check your progress. Did I save my $200 this month? Yes. Great. Tip 3. Finally, your friend tells you they just booked a cheap, fast trip to a beach resort. You do not feel jealous. You do not change your plan. You say, that is great for you. I am planning my trip to Tokyo. You are not comparing. You are focused on your journey. Tip 4. With these simple steps, your big dream of going to Japan becomes a clear, exciting plan. You are moving forward, step by step, happily and confidently. These tips work in all areas of life, not just traveling or learning English. You can use them in your work, in your studies, in your hobbies, or in your personal growth. The key is to always focus on direction over speed. When you do this, I promise you, you will feel more peaceful, you will feel more motivated, and you will feel more successful in a deep, real way. Remember, life is not a race against everyone else. It is a journey, and every journey is so much better when you know where you are going. As we come to the end of today's episode of English in Fluency, let's take just a moment to look back. Let's remember the most important ideas we talked about. This short summary will help you understand and practice the topic better. We spoke about why it is more important to focus on direction over speed. We learned that moving fast is not always the same as moving forward. Sometimes people are very busy, but they do not actually reach their goals. They are active, but not productive. That happens because they do not have a clear direction. They are running on a treadmill. We also discussed what direction really means. Direction is knowing where you want to go. It is having a clear goal, a clear why, and a clear plan. When you have direction, your actions make sense. You feel calm and confident because you know your small daily steps are taking you closer to your big goal. On the other hand, focusing only on speed, only on rushing, can cause many problems. It can cause you to make mistakes. It can cause a lot of stress, and it can even lead to burnout, that feeling of complete exhaustion. Focusing only on speed can make you feel lost, like that car driving fast in the wrong direction. Another very important point is that it is okay to move slowly. In fact, it is smart to move slowly, especially at the beginning, if you are moving in the right direction. Slow, steady progress with a clear path is much better than fast, chaotic movement without a plan. Remember our analogy of building a house. You must build the strong foundation slowly and carefully first. Then, once the foundation is set, you can build the rest of the house quickly and with confidence. Your direction is your foundation. We also shared some helpful tips for focusing on direction in your daily life. Remember the 4 tips? First, ask yourself often, where am I going? Second, set small, manageable goals. Break down your big dreams. Third, check your progress often. See how far you have come. And fourth, please, do not compare your journey to others. Focus on your own map. Finally, we talked about how to choose your direction. It starts by asking those simple, deep questions. What do I really want? Why do I want it? And where do I want to go? Making a plan, even a simple one, and reflecting on it regularly will keep you moving forward. Do not forget to write your goals down, talk to supportive people who can encourage you, learn to avoid distractions, and be patient with yourself. Now, I want to encourage you to do this. This is your homework. In the next week, try to slow down, just for a few minutes. Find a quiet moment, and find your direction. Maybe it is for your English learning. Maybe it is for your career. Maybe it is for your life. It is easy to get caught up in the rush of life. We all do. But when you take time to stop, to think, to plan, and to choose your path, you will start to move forward with a new feeling. A feeling of peace and a feeling of purpose. Remember, it is not about how fast you go. It is about going in the right direction. Thank you very, very much for listening to this episode of English in Fluency. I am Alex, and it was a pleasure to be with you. I truly hope you found it helpful and interesting. Remember, practicing your English by listening to topics like this can improve your language skills, and it can also help you grow in other areas of your life, too. If you like this episode, if it made you think, please consider listening again tomorrow. Repetition is a great way to learn. Or, if you know someone who feels stressed, busy, and lost, maybe share this episode with them. Sharing helps us all learn and grow together. Please take care of yourself. Keep moving forward, in your direction, at your speed. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.